Losing my balance. Very auspicious beginning to a video. Hi everyone. I felt inspired to do a new video. I was uncertain because I was like, I got acne and stuff like that. But you know what? Who cares? Normal eyes, imperfect skin. Um, a couple things, and then I wanted to get into the main thing that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, I might do a better version of this someday, with like an actual outline and everything. But I just wanted to let me turn that off for a second. I just wanted to kind of ramble on a bit while I have the topic fresh on my mind. First of all, this weekend I am going to be going to another reptile show. They seem to happen like every other month, and the last one I went to, we all went, me and my husband and our boys, and I filmed Link going around the convention, and I'm going to talk about why that's important later on in this video. But I'm still editing it. I'm done-ish. The hard thing is that I was holding the camera kind of down by my waist, so it was more on his level. That was a bad decision because this is America and there are a lot of heavyset people. And even those who aren't heavyset, it's a lot of butts. It's a lot of butts because, you know, he's 5, he's, I don't know, 3 feet, whatever. I don't know, height wise. He's tall for his age, but compared to an adult, he's still a little guy. So it's just kind of awkward. I'm like trying to zoom in on his face in most of the shots, so it's not just like butts and everything like that. And also, I hadn't gotten a lavalier mic yet, which I did, but I haven't tested it out yet. I'm going to test it out this weekend, so you can't really hear him because it was like noisy and like that. So I'm adding subtitles for him. I was adding subtitles for me and everybody else, but I got really tired of it because, you know, it's a lot of work. So anyway. So I'm going to a reptile show this weekend, and I'm going to go by myself. I just don't want to deal with the kids for once, because I don't even get to do stuff while I'm there with the kids. I'm, you know, dealing with the kids. And I want to go, and I want to get a new pet this time. I have been looking at different kinds of reptiles and stuff, and while I'm happy with my paludarium, I'm going to be redoing it and using this instead for the new animal that I get. I'm really leaning towards rosy boas. I have been hesitant about getting a snake because I know some of my main viewers are not fond of snakes. In fact, one of them says he's phobic about snakes. But, you know, it's not like I'm going to have them in every video, and I'll make sure to, like, put a trigger warning and stuff like that, so hopefully they don't completely abandon my channel. But anyway, I'm leaning towards rosy boas. They seem a little bit boring on the surface, but there are some pretty morphs. I'm hesitant. I've decided I'm not going to spend more than $400 on the snake itself, and even that is going to be a huge, like, the most I've ever spent on the buying an animal. I think it was $200 when I adopted Fenris. Adopt, don't shop. I mean, it's harder with snakes, but and I mean, obviously, I spent a lot more on that at the vet and stuff. And I actually am going to be asking them about a reptile vet in the Portland area, which I've never been to, but I know they exist in case, you know, I can't figure out what's wrong with the animal. But anyway, rosy boas are supposed to be super easy to take care of. So, and they can be really pretty. So. As far as these guys go, which if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, in early spring, I went to a temporary pond, not even a pond, like basically a big puddle that formed at the little creek that we live near. And I caught a bunch of tadpoles, thinking they were all frogs, and it turned out like a third of them were actually salamanders. And I started out with like over 20, and for some reason, like, stuff would happen and some of them would die. And for a while, I've had 3 salamanders and 2 frogs that made it. And then a few days ago, maybe a week ago, one of the salamanders disappeared. And even though I tried to make the filter, like, very protected around the sides so there's nowhere for them to get in, because the first version I made of this tank, I didn't realize I had to silicone very thoroughly along the edges, because these little guys are suicidal and will wiggle themselves down, and I had to like rip it apart and get them and save them over and over and everything like that. But yeah, one of them disappeared. And so I've had 2 salamanders for a while, and they're pretty good eaters. I still don't have any white worms because, as I said before, all my white worms died. Here's one of the Sallies. Of course, there's a lot of reflection, but I can't get it to not reflect. Can you see him? He's right here. Anyway, they're very small. They're only like, that big, including their tail. Yeah, I still haven't gotten white worms. I've just been feeding them cut up red wigglers, which are basically earthworms, and I look for the smallest, I'm breeding the worms and getting the smallest babies or whatever. And it's kind of hard because once I cut the worm, it dies, and if it's not wiggling, they are less likely to go for it, and I feed them with tweezers, but it's a little bit of a process. Anyway, so one of the salamanders disappeared, and then yesterday morning, I don't know how, but this part has a little cut for the cord for the filter, and it was slightly askew, and I don't know if I did it without noticing or whatever, but since yesterday morning I have not been able to find the frogs at all in here, and I looked pretty thoroughly, so I think the frogs got out. And again, they're like this big, and if they got out, I did do a fair search for them in the area, but yeah, I couldn't find them, and so all I have left are 2 salamanders out of all those tadpoles that I raised, which I'm sad about. But I was more interested in the salamanders than the frogs anyway, because I was not expecting to have salamanders when I caught the tadpoles and stuff. Anyway, sorry, that's a lot about reptiles and stuff, I'm sure, I was planning to title this, hi buddy, I was planning to title this, defending or in defense of family vloggers, which, I'll get to in a second. It's a little bit of a callback for one of my old videos in defense of James Gunn, which I recently re-uploaded to Trom, because it's a topless video. So if you want to watch it, I will put a link in the description to where you can go watch it, and you'll just have to deal with my heinous female nipples for the normalization of female toplessness, because I'd like the same rights as men, thank you, please. Oh, and there's the other one. See, they're both right there. Let me see if I turn the light on. Can you see them? Can you see? See? Did you baby? Need a little baby. It's so tiny. It's so tiny and cute. Okay, anyway, so excited about this weekend. Oh, and I'm going to try to live stream while I'm there, just using my phone. I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't know if the internet's going to work too well. I was thinking I'll probably do it through YouTube instead of Twitch, because Twitch is for gaming. It's not really for... I don't know. But either way, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to record and live stream at the same time. Well, we'll see. Whatever. So yeah, stay tuned if you want for that. Oh, that's going to be a different time than usual if I go in the morning. Anyway, okay. So, on to what I was really passionate about talking about in this video. So, I have been kind of a glutton for the last however many months or whatever for these like YouTube expose videos where basically people that are kind of like me that have grown bitter watching the monstrosity that YouTube has become pretty much since the Google buyout, though a little bit before that too, and just sort of talking about like, how freaking alt-right, hate-mongering channels are so successful, and the inauthenticity of a lot of these, especially the ones that, as I much malign them, the ones that, the creators that pretend to be like just a normal person, and surprise, they were already a millionaire living in a mansion in LA before they ever started vlogging. Fuck those people. Don't you have enough of your own reality shows on primetime TV? Why you gotta take over YouTube too? Anyway, and then family vlogging. Also, there's been numerous videos talking about the evils of family vlogging, and for a long time, the only family vlogger I even knew of was and the name is very cringy, Shaytard family, which I never really watched. I've never really been into watching vlog channels, except for a very select few people who I kind of felt like I was not necessarily friends with, but, had at least met in person before. I'm not terribly interested in just watching a random person talk about their life, which, you know, I record because I'm pathetic, but I'm very much a hypocrite in many ways. I'm fully aware of this. Anyway, I never really watched Shaytards, but I knew of them. I had been at VidCon panels where they talked and stuff like that, and it was the biggest thing the biggest thought I ever had of them was jealousy that both parents were into YouTube and could like help each other record and stuff. I have never experienced that because, you know, before I got married, I had friends who were kind of into YouTube, but like they didn't want to do any of the editing or anything. Like they might, you know, talk on camera with me, which is nice, but all the editing and the actually, you know, promoting the videos, running the channels or whatever, they didn't want to do any of that. And so it was a lot of work. Plus I was trying to like meet their schedules and stuff, which if you're living with the person, I think it would be a lot easier. So I've never gotten to experience that. But other than that, you know, I don't really care. They also have a lot of kids, which I have feelings about, but I'm not going to go into right now. Basically, I think the world has limited resources, and yeah. Anyway, so, but I guess over, you know, the more recent years of YouTube, since I really haven't been watching YouTube nearly as much as I used to, certainly not as much, just like random vlogs I can find, like, you know, if there's a subject I'll look for, like today it was Rosie Boas, so I was like watching random people's Rosie Boas videos, and there's still a lot of videos out there where people do not know how to edit out dead air or, you know, have good lighting or moderate their sound levels. In fact, there's a lot of very popular channels that don't know how to moderate their sound levels, and it's really infuriating having to turn it up, turn it down, turn it up, turn it down, because it keeps making me go deaf or I can't hear it. I am such a whiner. Anyway, and I mean, there's plenty of Hollywood movies that don't regulate sound as well, so, you know, that's endemic to video making in general, I guess. Anyway, so back to family vlogging. I guess that, you know, over the last few years, there's been numerous families that have either were already or have become millionaires based on these vlogging channels. And the most I can figure out about these channels, and admitted what I've seen of the channels was mostly clips played in these expose things. But it seems like they kind of just follow their kids around and like record their average days and then make compilations out of it. And if it's for a specific event, like at a convention or something, I can understand it being kind of fun. But if it's just like, today we went to the dentist, I'm like, why? Now I know there's a lot of psychology behind, especially people who, you know, maybe have a very unhappy home life or just feel like they don't have any friends or whatever. They'll watch these channels, and it's just family vloggers, but vloggers in general, because it feels like it's a friend. I will say that when I do watch, you know, non-famous people's vlogs, because I don't watch famous people's vlogs because I don't give a shit what rich people do with their lives. I just hate them all, eat the rich. I sometimes it'll be like an autistic person or a non-binary person or something like that, and it's just because, you know, I want to know what life is like for someone that has a different viewpoint or something, and also because, you know, some stuff I will resonate with and it makes me feel better as well. Like even, you know, popular vloggers or whatever sometimes will talk about like crippling self-doubt and some self-esteem issues, and it's both depressing and validating to hear even, you know, gorgeous, famous, rich people talk about self-doubt or whatever, and, you know, kind of dispels the illusion that, you know, once you get famous, you'll never feel bad about yourself again. Yeah, that's not true. It comes from within. Your self-esteem or lack thereof comes from, you know, what you can build up within yourself. You cannot truly validate yourself based on, or you can't truly improve your self-perception based on the validation of others. As much as you might try, you're still always going to have that doubt. That's a whole other thing. So these family vloggers basically get rich just filming themselves doing whatever. What's really insidious is that a lot of these family vloggers, not only will they exploit, you know, dramatic, sad, angry situations with their families, and especially with their kids, a lot of them are getting in trouble for literally coaching their kids to cry and stuff like that. And this one video I watched, and I'll look up the name of the channel and everything and put it in the description because I don't have it in front of me. But anyway, he was talking about some woman that I guess fairly recently, he kept calling her Jessica, and then I looked it up. Her name is actually Jordan. I think it's Jordan Cheyenne. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, so the story apparently is that she had like 500,000 subscribers, and she would record herself and her kid just, you know, doing whatever. And she accidentally posted a video where she kept the last 30 seconds in, where the video was her telling her kid that they have that their puppy got parvo, which is a very sad, aggressive disease that animals often die of. In fact, the one puppy I had as a kid died of parvo, and then I just didn't have a dog until I adopted Fenris, you know, when we bought the house. Fenris, you want to be in the video? Come here. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on, Fenris. He's like, what? Usually he's like behind me all the time. Anyway, so this is Fenris. He's 4 or 6. Oh, butt scratches. And there's Rosie. Rosie wants attention too. Yes, all of the animals, not all of my animals are black. I have a brown tabby too. And my beta, whose water I need to change, is black and gold. That's why his name is Lannister. Okay. Go lay down. Lay down, dog. Anyway, so she made this video where the kid was crying, and then she accidentally included a clip where she was like, cry more, like, I'm paraphrasing, but like, cry more, look at the camera, blah, blah, blah. And so she got, you know, destroyed on the internet, and so she deleted her channel and everything. And then the expose or whatever video that I was watching also included a clip of her on a podcast, like rationalizing her, why she coached the kid or blah, blah, blah. And for the most part, it was pretty shitty. It was pretty like, you know, like, oh, I have to record because that's my lifestyle. I was like, just because it's the way you've been making money doesn't make it right. And, you know, you're doing emotional harm to your kid. But the one thing she said that I did resonate with was that, you know, she would be happy to be a vlogger just about herself, but because she's always with her son, she kind of, you know, it's really hard to do videos yourself without your kid in the video. The only reason I'm able to do this right now is because my son is in kindergarten and I just put my 3-year-old down for his nap. So this like 40-minute break a day is all I get. So anyway, that part I understood. But the thing that's really weird to me is wanting to put video of yourself, of not of yourself, of your kids being sad and upset, and not even just yourself or your kids. Like, I can't imagine doing it with like your friend or anything too. And I mean, I detest prank channels. I think that they are mean and fake and just, if not mean and fake, then boring. But I know other people like them. But, you know, these ones where it's like, you know, telling their friend that you have cancer or something, so they get all upset. And I mean, obviously, if you're doing it on camera, like, the odds of it being real are pretty slim, I feel like. But I do like, not pranks, but I do like the videos where, like, you know, someone comes home from boot camp early or something like that, and everyone's like, oh, I love you. Like, those, you know, feel good movies. I don't like watch a litany of them, but now and then it's nice. Anyway, what is enjoyable about putting content out there, showing someone you love being upset? I put videos of myself upset. You know, like my last vlog was titled like, why am I such an attention whore or something? And it was basically me ranting about how many fucking times can I get banned on fucking websites like YouTube and stuff, you know, for already censored female nipples. Meanwhile, Blurred Lines Unrated has full-on naked women in it, literally a song about rape, justification of rape, millions and millions of views, but my non-sexual female nipples get banned. Anyway, and that's maybe not the healthiest thing. Straight up, I do rationalize it, saying it's like my diary and it's like me communicating with friends that just also happens to be available for whoever wants to watch it, including lots and lots of haters, you know, hence attention whore. But anyway, but that's myself. I'm like trying to picture myself filming, again, not even someone I love, like even a random person on the street. Now if it was like a screaming maggot or something, being, you know, Trumper or whatever, I might put that up because fuck them. But just a random person I don't have don't have animosity towards. Why would you put that on? And I know that stuff gets a lot of views, which I don't understand why. I know that people are driven by outrage a lot more than happiness. That's why, you know, Facebook is once again on making headlines for their whistleblower, talking about how they have all this internal knowledge about how, for instance, Instagram drives up depression and suicidal thoughts in teenage girls, and Facebook's just like, meh, you know, right on par with the oil companies, knowing that they're hastening the end of the world with climate change and just burying the evidence because, you know, I guess making money now is more important than having the planet to live on in 20 years. Anyway, so yeah, that part, I don't know. It's weird to me. I have a channel with my son, Link's Plays. I haven't put a lot on it. I have stuff filmed, but it's just, I have a lot going on with this channel and my gaming channel, and then of course actually raising the kids and, you know, trying to keep the house relatively clean. I know it doesn't look good, but it's because I got kids. Kids who are too young to really be helpful yet. I try. But anyway, and I started the channel. I'm always encouraging people I know to start their own channels because I feel like it's fun. I feel like there's always room for more perspectives, as long as you're not a Trumper, more or you know, conspiracy theorist and et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, the people that I love, you know, my friends and stuff like that, that I encourage to make a channel or whatever, I think it's fun. I think it's rewarding. I think, you know, especially if you have like something that you're really passionate about, that you want to talk about, or that you're good at. You know, one of my friends was talking about starting a channel for applique, and I was like, yes, do it. That'd be awesome. You can always use more well-made crafting tutorials and such. And like I said, I enjoy it. I enjoy making videos. I enjoy editing videos. I enjoy, you know, having the inspiration for a topic, talking about the topic. I don't enjoy the administrative crap, like making all the social media posts and, you know, trying to encourage people to retweet them because all my stuff is shadow banned, so it doesn't show up in search results and blah, blah, blah. I hate that part. But if I don't do that stuff, then my videos just, nobody even knows about them. So it's like, why am I putting all this effort into videos that nobody even knows about to watch? Anyway, and so as far as why did I start a channel with my 5-year-old, I think it's fun. I also think he's super cute. Both my kids are super cute. And I mean, I know every parent thinks their kids are cute, but you know, Link is such a force of personality. He's so joyful, he's so excitable, you know, he tells these elaborate stories that he makes up where he's just like, we were like walking through the store the other day and he was like, so mommy, and he just like started making up this story. I think it's like about an invisible wolf, something like that, I don't know, but we're just walking along and all of a sudden he just like starts making up a story, and I love it. And I think it's fun to share that with other people because it's fun and joyful and wholesome, and also because the old cliche about how fast they grow up, you know, is true. And I enjoy watching these old videos that I, you know, created with my kids. I also have an Instagram account that I started the day that Link was born, and I have posted pictures and video to it every day. And it's not like polished video or whatever, it's just like snapshot of our life. So I guess like family vlogging, except that I don't advertise it. Like I'm not even telling you what it is right now because it's not really meant for anyone but me and, you know, maybe people that I actually know that like care about my kids. And, you know, frequently, like every few months or so, I will go on this account and I will just like look at everything over, and it makes me happy. It makes me sad. It makes me nostalgic. It makes me glad for certain things, like not having the newborn phase where you never sleep again. My kids do let me sleep at night, finally. For the most part, they go to bed late and they wake up early, not by choice. But other than that, you know, during the middle of the night, I can sleep generally. And I enjoy going through that. And I think that making videos with Link and, you know, Aiden when he's there or whatever, is especially fun when it's an event. Like I have one video that, again, I haven't edited and put up yet, but we went to the dinosaur exhibit at OMSI, at the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry. And it was a little frustrating because I couldn't get Link to stop. Like I couldn't even get him to look at the dinosaurs. He was just like running through. And so that part was frustrating. I was trying to like stop him and talk a little bit about, like, look at their, you know, look at the shape of the mouth. Do you think they're a plant eater or a meat eater? Or look at the claw, you know, try to do a little education. And that part was frustrating. You also can't really hear anything because, again, it's really noisy. I'm hoping that the lavalier mic that I got works out. It's not like super expensive. I think it was like $40 or something. But you know, stuff like that, like an event or whatever. And it's just, yeah, like, it's fun. It would be nice if the channel took off and we got like $1 million and, you know, I was able to afford a bigger house with a, you know, nicer, like my own office. Like, I sort of have the office up there, except that I'm watching Aiden, so I can't really go up there and do my own thing. Once they can finally get vaccinated, I'd like to put him in daycare, but I'll cross that bridge whenever if it finally comes. But yeah, anyway, I did want to mention that, yes, I do get frustrated when I'm trying to record with him, and he does these super cute things off camera, and then as soon as I start recording, he stops doing them. And it's just like, just do what you were doing 30 seconds ago. Nope, okay. And so, you know, I'll kind of bribe him a little bit, like, you know, if you let me record you at this reptile show, then we can go for ice cream or something like that. Is that wrong? I don't think so, because it's not like I'm lying to him. Like, he knows what a video is. He himself is like, let's make a video sometime. So, you know, he likes it. And like, whenever I'm editing, he comes over and he watches me edit the video and he's like, oh, that's me. Blah. Aiden's really cute because on the TV, we have the different YouTube profiles because they're always, yeah. I admit it, as much as I detest YouTube for their fucking hypocrisy, they're everywhere, and there's a lot of content that I can't find outside of YouTube, like tutorials and making rosy boa terrariums. Anyway, so one of the profiles is the Links Blaze one that I use to log in when they're looking for like blipping and stuff, so that's not always showing up in my recommended videos. And every time Aiden sees the picture, it's a picture of Link, he goes, that's Link! He gets all excited. Or like sometimes my videos will randomly pop up, which is weird, and he'll be like, that's Mommy! We also have videos of my mom that she put on her own channel, mostly just her singing Christmas hymns or whatever, and sometimes we'll look them up, and, well, my dad mostly will look them up and watch them with the boys, and, you know, that's nostalgic because she died in February. And that's another thing with the Instagram or whatever, is I have little videos and pictures of my mom holding and interacting with the kids. Like, I will always have the memory of, you know, they've always had a trampoline because they just love it. And I mean, we went through like 3 trampolines because they destroy it. But she would always go, go, Aiden, go, or go, Link, go, as they were jumping. And she would like count with them and everything. Like, it was just this, I don't know, this memory that I have. And she would like sing, you know, hold on and sing. Anyway, point being, I think that there is merit in having videos with you and your family, with your kids, as far as making them available to the world. I don't think you should ever show your kids like crying or super angry or whatever. There is one very short video, I think it's on TikTok or whatever. I've tried TikTok a couple of times, but I find them even more fascist than Facebook, which is saying something. Love all these platforms that get super popular on, you know, barely dressed, curvaceous women dancing, you know, what is it called, twerking or something. They get famous, the platform explodes from that, but they'll ban you for even a hint of non-sexual female. Anyway, same old story. There's one short video somewhere out there of Aiden like having a temper tantrum, like going room to room. I can't even remember what he was upset about, but it just was so funny to me the way he was like screaming about nothing, and then all of a sudden he like calms down. And that, I think, is funny for parents. Just, you know, like, been there. But if it was something like, you know, my kid crying because our dog was dying, like, that's just fucked up to me. I don't know why you would record that. I don't know why you would put it on the internet. I don't know why people would want to watch that video. Whole thing just seems fucked up to me. So, anyway, that's about it. He just flipped over. Like I said, I might do an actual, you know, thought out video with bullet points and stuff about this sometime, but just kind of wanted to give some of my thoughts. So, I mean, it's not like full-throated endorsement of family vlogs. Pros and cons. Cons, I think showing your family or whoever crying and being legitimately upset is fucked up. I don't care if it gets you lots of views. It's fucked up. Don't do it. I do think that it can be fun and there's another thing I didn't even talk about, but I think it can be fun and wholesome to show happy things. You know, your kids having fun or being creative or learning about dinosaurs or whatever. I think that can be fun. And also kids like watching it too. You know, kids like watching other kids. And that's, again, why you want to make sure that you're not showing your kids being brats or something, because then other kids are gonna watch it and be like, oh, that's a good idea. Like, there's this Duracell ad that keeps popping up on Twitter that I think is clickbait, because it basically shows a kid having a temper tantrum, and the whole ad is like, you know, make sure you don't run out of batteries so your kid can stay occupied with their iPad while you're driving. So people wouldn't even use a Duracell battery for an iPad, you charge it. But anyway, and of course, when they first posted it, they had comments enabled, and all the comments were like, this is fucking terrible. Why would you reward a child for having a temper tantrum with an iPad? And then they turned comments off. It's kind of funny. Anyway, you know, if kids see bad behavior like that, they're going to model it. The thing I was going to mention, I don't like channels like Ryan's World and Axel Show or whatever. My kids enjoy them. They will watch them or whatever. But it's sort of like the argument with Let's Plays that a lot of people will make, where it's like, why would I watch someone else play a video game? Like, then I'm just, you know, the whole joy of video games is being able to actively control it yourself. I disagree. I think that some people, you know, add to the amusement of the Let's Play. Like, I can't watch Call Me Kevin's videos while I'm eating because I choke. I'm laughing so hard. I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's just his Irish accent. I don't know. Literally, I was trying to watch a video today where he was playing LA Noire, but he was always picking Doubt. So the main character's just like screaming at everybody, because the whole thing about the game is that you're a cop and you're supposed to like determine if someone's lying or whatever. And it's just funny because he's just like, I don't know, I can't watch it. But anyway, Let's Plays, you know, I think is enjoyable. Or if it's like a person who knows a lot about the game and the world, like I always recommend Dylan Dow 3000 for the Myst series, because he knows a lot about it, and he'll tell you, you know, like, oh, this symbol is from this book and blah blah blah. Or just if it's a scary game or like a game, you know, with lots of choices and you don't want to replay the game 20 times to see every ending. Anyway, point being, first Let's Play I ever watched, or gameplay video I ever looked up on YouTube, was the ending on Final Fantasy X that you had to like do everything perfect to get. And it was like, well, I'm never going to be able to do everything perfect. Plus I don't want to spend that much time. So I'm just going to look up and watch the clip. And so that set that precedent. As far as videos of kids playing with toys, I understand the dopamine release. I understand that, you know, for kids' brain, watching someone play with a toy is enjoyable almost as much as playing it with them, you know, playing with the toy themselves, except that there's no creativity involved. They're just passively absorbing content. It's also capitalistic, because, you know, you're doing a free commercial for these companies, and of course that's how stuff like Ryan's World becomes super profitable, because they're paid by toy companies to open them. I could probably make videos like that myself with Link and get lots of views on them, but I really don't want to, because I don't think it adds anything to, you know, education or encouraging good behavior or something like that. The videos I want to do with Link on his channel, ideally, I want to do Let's Plays with him where it's like we have to solve a puzzle together or something like that, and, you know, I want to record his process. Like, I would love to play like Portal 2 with him or something and see how much he could figure it out, because they have a Amazon Kindle and there's a lot of puzzle games on it, and I watch them and there's like puzzles that I don't understand and they'll figure it out, and I'm just like, wow. And that's deductive reasoning, that's, you know, observational skills. And so I think that is educational. And yeah, but I'd like to do videos like that, and I also would like to do skits with him. Like, I have various ideas where, you know, I have some friends, pretending I had friends that are real life near me, dress up in costumes and stuff, and have, like, you know, play on his name being Link, and have like a little, you know, quest, go to the playground, be like, you must climb Mount, what is it called, Mount Doom? I can't even remember the name of the mountain. in Ocarina of Time. But anyway, climb this mountain and talk to the Goron at the top about the Master Sword, you know, stuff like that. But that's going to require a lot more time. I'm going to have to have someone babysit Aiden. And also, I don't think Link's quite there yet. He's, you know, 5 and a few months old, and I'm anxious about scripts. I think scripts for something like that would be fine for like a skit. But if it was, you know, again, the whole coaching the kid to cry because his dog is dying is really, yeah. All right. Anyway, this video is over half an hour long. But those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts about family vlogging. I don't think it's all bad. I definitely don't think it's all good. And it's weird, as always, to see what YouTube has become, because I've been here since year 1, and boy, it's a different world out there. If you see this video before this weekend, August, I don't even know what it is. It's August 8th today. I don't know, whatever it is, like August 10th, something like that. I plan to go Saturday. I'm going to try to be there at opening at 10. And then, you know, a couple hours or whatever. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm going to leave the kids home because I just don't want to deal with them at the convention for once. And I'm going to try to, you know, kind of ask some of the people there for like 5 minutes of them explaining like how to take care of that kind of snake or whatever, and make it like a little video that way. Yeah. Sorry. My headache is here like always. I'm almost done. Don't worry. My dad's like upstairs, like, can I come down now? So yeah, if you want to, you can watch. I will try to live stream. If the live stream doesn't work, I'll just, you know, release it as a recorded video later. And yeah, okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Oh, and if you do want to see my heinous feeling nipples, I have been re-uploading my old videos to my Trom account, which is a PeerTube instance, and if you want to see those videos, you can go to toplesstopics.org/Trom, TROM, and I list them there as I upload them, and yeah. Alright, bye.